So let's talk about something that's been on my mind with spirit lately. A lot of people that lost someone, if you lost someone or you know someone that lost someone, obviously we all know someone that lost someone or we lost someone. A lot of people that have someone that they lost and they passed on ask me like, hey, why am I not seeing this person? Why am I not dreaming about them? Why don't I connect to them? Am I disconnected from spirit or what? No, I'm going to tell you something. When I first started this journey, I was like doing mediumship where I was connecting only to passed on loved ones and stuff like that. And then as I progressed and I ascended, I started realizing something. A lot of spirit needs healing as well too, just like us. There's a lot of spirit that just needs someone to say, hey, like, you don't belong here, this is not for you, move forward. A bunch of birds just passed me to my right. Move forward and stuff because they're stuck. And they're stuck for silly reasons, like they can't forgive their mom, or they can't forgive their ex, or they're holding on to resentments from past lives, and they're not even, some of them not even aware that they're holding on to something. Or let's say they died a certain way, they can't let go of how they got killed on here, or how they die. And it causes a lot of friction between spirit and ascension. Those of you who can't communicate with those that you want to, I'm getting a big headache here. Hold on. I had to take a moment. All of a sudden I started getting pressure in my head and my eyes. You got to clear the energy, because we are connected to energy all the time, right? But there's energies that are connected that are kind of stuck, right? And so they're getting you like stuck with them, basically. So I tell people, like, how come I can't hear my daughter, or how come I can't talk to my dad or anything like that? And I'm like, listen, man, if you can't communicate with them and they're not visiting you often in dreams, or they're not visiting you at all, that's a good thing. They're like, what do you mean? Well, it means that they're not close by. Like, even if they're close by, that means they're in the lower. Earth is the third dimension, right? Earth is like, there's levels to this shit. There's first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, the 9 dimensions of transcendence. And so spirits like go to levels of hells and levels of heavens. So all this talk about one heaven, one hell, there's different forms of heavens, different forms of hells. Now, the versions of hells that are hells for these people, or for any, even if you have family members, let's say they died of an overdose or something, where you're like, oh, they're probably in hell because they killed themselves, right? God forbid. But it happens. And, they're probably in hell. No, that's bullshit. First of all, you go where your consciousness brings you, okay? And spirit communicates. They come in together, like, I'm seeing teams of people. So it could be like a bunch of teenagers in one spot, or who passed away from this illness or something, and then a bunch of overdosers who are hanging out in this spot, and then there's a bunch of suiciders that are hanging out in this spot. The way I could say it to you is that they form groups the way humans do. As above, so below. There's no difference. They form groups, and they come together for support, right? They go towards the energy vibration of what they feel, and they find their tribes, right? And sometimes they find the wrong tribes, and those tribes can influence each other to not ascend or move forward, or whatever, however they do it in the spirit world, which I see it as a form of like, I don't want to stay in this low vibration anymore, I'd like to learn. And then they go on lessons and learn things like that. So I feel personally, if you can't communicate with them like to the point where you want to so bad, that's a good thing. Like, when I remember when my grandmother passed, and I know someone else who passed, both of them, when they came to me in my dream, they were happy. One of them was like on a beach, and he was dancing, and he held my hand, and he gave me this look of like, I'm free. And then my grandmother, when she passed, she came to me and looked beautiful. She looked younger. Her hair was done. She had makeup on, clothes, and she was like, I'm going to Atlantic City. And she turned around and like walked into this like heavenly portal. And then I know other people that have passed, and I've seen them in my dreams, and they're not doing so great, and they're very angry and irritated, and they're pissed about things, and then they see you doing good and they're pissed about it. So everybody's on their own levels. That's why I tell you, if you're connecting and you feel lower vibration, you feel tired, drained, and stuff like that, what's around you? You got to ask, like, what's not just you. It's not just you always, right? It's you with you. Remember that. But it's not just you always. Can we clear it on the right side of my head, please? Please, hold on, guys. So like I said, I had to take a moment because I keep getting these headaches. And I was talking about how you guys are connecting to spirit that may be low vibrational and all of that stuff. And I'm going to tell you something. Oftentimes when I'm communicating with you guys, my spirit guides will guide me in the channeling and the messages, and I'll get this like sharp pain in my left ear, like right now. And I feel like when I tell the secrets of the spirit world, or things that they would rather people not know, because they don't want you to know that, you know, they affect you negatively or anything like that. They don't want you to know that, because then you're going to get rid of them, and they want to be around you. But you got to disconnect from these people. These people that are in the lower astrals, the lower vibrational astrals, and you keep caring and worrying about them, the thing is that you're connecting to them. You want to disconnect from them, is my point, okay? So if you're feeling like lots of low energy, your mom in the spirit world, or your dad, or family members that, you know, you feel like they're around you, like, my cousin's around me. And yeah, but look at how do you feel? How do you feel when your cousin's around you? Oh, I'm a little drained, I'm not going to lie. My body feel a little tired. When I go home, for some reason, I feel weird energy. I feel very stagnant and tired and weird. Oh yeah, because people are carrying entities all the time, right? Especially people who are not healing themselves or working on themselves or clearing their energy or doing any of that. They're like ignorant to the fact that spirit's around. And no matter what you say, you could punch me in the head, hit me with a hammer, and say there's no spirit around. I'm not going to listen to you, because from what I've experienced, witnessed, been through, seen with my own two eyes, traveled to every dimension, you cannot convince me that we are not multiple reality beings who are surrounded by energy all the time, always. And there's all types of energy we're surrounded to. But it's a matter of who you're connecting to. You have to learn to connect to the right ones, because you could be physically just not feeling well. There could be something physically going on. So you got to make sure first, you know, check the physical, check the scientists, check the doctors, you know, go to the therapist, go to the psychiatrist, do all of that. If that don't work, then maybe look into spirit, right? I just saw 747 right there, because this is a time like you're gonna be moving away from these people, right? This is a time where you're gonna be moving away from all of this. Like spirit's guiding you out of this. Like it's time to get out of this. It's not healthy for you. It's not conducive to your energy. It's not conducive to your life. There's no productivity here. I'm hearing that strongly. So whatever it is, disconnect from it and stop worrying. Stop telling yourself like, oh, did this happen? You know what it is? When people pass, we, as people who are living, we almost feel guilty. Oh, they died. I'm alive. But they didn't die. That's the thing. Do not stand in my grave and cry. I am not there. I did not die. Do not stand in my grave and weep. I am not there, and I do not sleep. If you really think they're dead, then you're dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta wake the fuck up to that. I know it could be hard to lose people you love physically, but you never lost them. You gained something, an angel, a guide, a partner, a friend. They came into your life for this reason. They knew they were gonna die young. They knew they were gonna die at this time. They knew this was gonna happen, and you have to learn to accept it, even though it's terrible. One thing I could never accept is that you're a child passing, but I see a lot of parents accepting it after a while because they understand the lesson here, like, right? Even younger people decide and choose to come here and teach people lessons so that they can grow and ascend, because maybe they haven't been in every lifetime. And finally in this one, you're growing and ascending. So whatever it is that you're connecting to today, for whatever reason I left this message, I don't know if it's going to help someone or not, but I'm going to post it anyway. I love you. Spirit loves you. Just remember who you connect to is important, and to clear your energy and to focus on you, and to know that you are loved and they are protecting you, and to stop worrying about them. Okay? They're free. We're the ones who are kind of stuck, you know? I love you. See you later.